Friday, August the 5th, 2005. We have present Councilman Losner, Vice Mayor Bell, Councilman Porter. And this is a special call in regards to the do I have a copy of the special call? This is the Northwest. Orders of City Homestead providing for moratorium on the issuance of development orders and development permits within the Northwest neighborhood generally located west of US 1 to the western boundary of the city and the north of Maury Drive to the northern boundary of the city as shown on Exhibit A, exempting specified single-family detached residential, commercial, and office, industrial, and other specified uses, providing for waivers, vested rights, judicial review, and exhaustions of administrative remedies for the specific matters addressed herein, providing for conflict, providing for term, and providing for effective date. Mr. Losner.
Thank you. I'll move first reading, and after a second, we'll point out the changes from our discussion to today.
Properly moved and second.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. You may recall that when we had our first workshop on this, that there were some carryover provisions from the Southwest moratorium that this was patterned after, that council directed be removed, specifically the architectural guidelines. Those have been removed. Also, there was some carryover for some smaller lot provisions. Those have been removed, and the minimum lot size, as I see here at the top of page 3, permitted would be 5,000 square feet, rather than some of the smaller provisions that had moved forward from the Southwest Master Plan. And I'll look to staff to see if I've missed anything that has been altered since our first discussion on this.
The only other issue was you had instructed us to use the date of July 25th as the cutoff where the moratorium would apply.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Losner. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Mr. Porter.
I know in the Southwest neighborhood and Southwest community we had a substantial amount of small lots. That's why that was left in. How does that is that not the case in the Northwest section? Because I know this goes fairly far south when it comes to Maury.
In the Northwest section, there are very few places where the lots are very small. I mean, we had lots of 1,850 square feet in the Southwest, and many of them that were 3,600 square feet and 4,500 square feet. We faced a whole different issue there than in the Northwest. There just aren't any large number of lots like that to have to deal with, so the minimum square foot is...
I just, the only question was, when we it may create another problem for us if we, when we found ourselves in a lot of problems in the Southwest with the rivers, with a lot of small lots, just making sure we didn't have a huge number in the Northwest we create problems for as well.
The numbers are immaterial.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rick. This is a public hearing. Any comments from the audience? Mr. Bateman.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, members of council, staff. I'm here today to Stephen Bateman, 3150 Fairways Drive, Homestead, Florida, resident of Homestead for 41 years. I'm here today to look at a piece of property that I've been working on with the zoning department since March of 2004. I was caught in the first moratorium and have worked myself through that. And now I'm in my final stages, and we're on our second moratorium. So I'd like to know on record, maybe from the zoning department, building department, whoever, where I stand and will I be affected by this. Briefly, I'd like to build 6 units on a piece of property that I have on Northwest 56th Street, 9th Street, 56 Northwest 9th Street. I believe I meet all the criteria. There was a discussion with the urban planner. He saw it one way, I saw it another. We're working that out. And basically these units have been built already. I purchased the property, the plans from Southern Homes. They're the same project you see over on Redland and Maury, Porta do Sol. I purchased those and had them retrofit to my lot. And I'd just like to know where I stand at this point. And I've got some $700,000 I'm going to put in an area that's pretty beat up over there. And I'd just like to know if I'm spinning my wheels or...
I think in the pipeline, I think you're okay, but
Mr. Mayor, Mike wants to address that issue.
Mr. Mayor, council members, I looked into this particular issue, and I met with Rick Chandra this morning, and we discussed the issue, and it's our interpretation, unless we're corrected by the city attorney, that Mr. Bateman's property is in the pipeline. Of course, the approval of the plans and all that stuff has to go through the normal process, but as far as the application is in the pipeline, and that's our interpretation. And Susan, if I'm wrong, correct me, please.
If they file a complete application and pay their fee prior to July 25th at 6 p.m., they're not affected. If they have not, then they are affected.
Yeah, well, I paid the fee in 2004.
That's correct.
I don't have independent knowledge of that.
Yeah, you've had my check since 2004, March.
That's correct, Mr. Bateman, members of council. For practical purposes, where we are with his project now is in the final tweaking stages of stuff that's been going for a good number of, let's say, months at this point in time. There should be no effect on his property for what we're doing here, or his project for what we're doing here.
Well, I think, Rick, the answer is that this does not mandate that review stop, that you can continue the tweaking and review.
And that was one of the reasons that I had suggested when we met the first time to put that data that night, because it did not allow anybody really to go back and then try to get it in quickly. If it was already in well before that date, it's obvious that it is. So in this case, I think we're fine.
So the review process can continue, and I think that's Mr. Bateman's bottom line question.
Correct.
Yeah.
Under the old guidelines.
Are these units for sale or for rent?
Well, I'd love to sell them, but I personally don't believe they're going to sell in that area right now. So I'm going with the intent of renting them right away. They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath units.
It would be a major improvement for that area.
Oh, it'll be beautiful, because right next to me sits an 8-unit apartment complex that works off of a alleyway to come and go. And I've dedicated property to make a two-lane road there to my piece.
That's good. Are you satisfied with the explanation?
Yeah, that's the explanation on record. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a good weekend.
Steve, I would try to sell them first. You never know.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Those are your for sale sign from the minute we dig the footings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the audience? If not, any final comments from council? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Councilman Losner?
Yes.
Councilman Porter?
Yes.
Mayor Warren?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Any other business? None?
Ain't your keys, Gabe?
You think they're going to make you take your list? No, I have to make it in closets.
I talked to